Hi, I'm just a concerned American, and I want to share some thoughts on the death of Charlie Kirk. And my prayers are with him and his family. And this is one of the greatest national tragedies that's been completely unforeseen. Um, Let me give you a bit of background. I'll be brief. About myself is I was in middle school when Charlie Kirk and the conservative movement really started up, and he and PragerU were starting this conservative message at a time where that was completely uncool. Everything was liberal, mainstream was liberal, and conservatives were kind of seen as stupid and out of touch. And I remember one of the first Charlie Kirk videos is some lady at a college campus. She's like, "Why are you doing this? Why are you here?" She's so shocked that someone would actually be standing for these things. And we've made a lot of progress as a conservative movement since then. And PragerU and Charlie Kirk and others really helped propel these ideas to the mainstream, help people know that they make sense. Another way doesn't make sense. And I think it hit a fever pitch during the 2024 election. You know, Richmond, north of Richmond, that song went to #1. People were angry. They saw a Biden administration, how much it failed. They were like, we want Trump again. We want things that make sense. And all the conservatives united in 2024 around Trump, and it was just a really happy time. And Charlie Kirk is a lot to thank for that we came out on top. But after the honeymoon phase of Trump's presidency, things started to go wrong. And a lot of conservatives like me, who were completely behind it, began questioning Trump's administration and the things that are being said. And there's a lot of things that have really turned Gen Z off, is like the bombing of Iran. Why did we do that? We had no reason to do that for our sake. And then the big beautiful bill we're adding to the debt, I thought you were supposed to pay it off. And with Iran, I thought you said no foreign wars. And then the Epstein thing, I thought you were going to release the files. And there's been people that are starting to wake up and realize that this isn't a Republican and Democrat thing. Every administration is making the same mistakes. The corruption goes from administration to administration, foreign wars, no matter if it's Republican or Democrat, debt. I mean, conservative heroes like Ronald Reagan, who I idolized, added a ton to the debt. It's the people in power that are preventing these things from happening. And it's going to be the same no matter who's in office, unless they have the integrity to be able to stand for something, no matter what the personal cost is. And I was beginning to see people rising on the right, different from PragerU, that PragerU was starting to seem a little out of touch because they weren't confronting some issues that Gen Z really care about, like these foreign wars thing, or the Epstein scandal, or the deep state. And there's been angrier voices on the right that have been rising. And I was starting to notice this over the past couple months. It was almost like a new era was happening. Like, think about what happened with Elon Musk and the American Party. I agreed with him, and I was a huge Trump supporter. We shouldn't be adding to the debt. That's what Trump ran on against, that happening. And Charlie Kirk, I think, was starting to come to that realization too in the last couple months, pivoting from just supporting the administration and the establishment goals. What I guess I want to say, and I said I'd keep this brief, so I'm going to keep this under 5 minutes, is that it's not partisan. People, this is not a liberal or conservative struggle anymore, and I think we need to stop framing it that way. There are people in the government that are not looking out for your best interests. They want foreign wars. They want to hide things. They want corruption. This Epstein stuff, they don't want it to come out because it's going to hurt them. They're basking in power. The debt benefits them. And so many people aren't realizing this. They're just talking about Democrats and Republicans arguing on Facebook. And so what I want to leave you with the thought is that we need to reframe this struggle and figure out who the actual enemy is. It's not amongst us. There are people that are trying to keep us down. And I launched this new Instagram page as a sort of resistance. We're not going to side with Donald Trump on everything. We're not going to pick a side because we're Republicans or conservatives. We have to say this. We're going to do what's right, and we're going to call out corruption when we see it, and we're going to launch a challenge to these mainstream narratives. Thank you.